Congratulations first, Brad, on the contract. Just to focus on the game tonight, what were your overall thoughts on the game?
We showed good composure, because we probably early in the game we were a little bit side to side and a bit frantic about trying to score points instead of just building our game. But we come out in the second half settled and just got back to our work and we earned the right to get ourselves in position to score, and we did. So felt like we managed the game pretty well. We're getting better at it. We're learning how to build a game. We've just got to be patient. That first 10 or 15 minutes, if you get a run of possession, it doesn't mean you need to score. You just need to be, get their tackles up, wear them down, because they're still moving quite quickly and fast in their defensive line because they're fresh.
Quite a contrast in terms of performance between first and second half. What did you see as the key differences in that second period?
Well, it was only attack that we're talking about, because our defence in the first half was really good too. Our red zone defence, our line speed was really good. Our systems. I was disappointed on the try from the scrum because we got some detail wrong there. We only had 5 on the long side and we need to have 6. So that's something that we'll talk about because we've practiced that. But outside of that, defensively, our detail was very good tonight, and it was just attack. We were more patient in the second half and played more power and through the middle and challenged our line, which we talked about during the week. Whereas in the first half, I felt like we challenged the line sideways.
Yeah, quite a lot of success down the middle. How much of an impact did Jared O'Connor have, do you think, on second half?
Well, he did, but it was the way that we played. We played straighter, we played more direct, which allowed him to do that. In the first half, we went from sideline to sideline.
Great support play for some of the tries as well.
Yeah, no, like I said, that was our plan, was to challenge the line and really get into the line hard and aggressive. But in the first half, I felt like we were sort of ambled into the line at half pace and tried to get some long passes on, and we didn't really challenge the line until we got out a bit wider or on the second or third phase of it.
Lockie Miller was player of the match, I think. How do you see his game developing?
Yeah, he's getting better. Just give him some real specifics around what he needs to do and some challenges around where he needs to be on the field, and simplified it for him and get in position earlier. Felt like he did a lot of running around before without doing a lot of effective stuff, whereas now he gets in position early and knows where he needs to be.
Feels like a really big 2 points. It closes the gap between 3 teams above you in those playoff places. Did it feel like a must-win game tonight?
Yeah, we haven't talked about it, and we're not going to talk about it moving forward because we know every game's important. And yeah, we showed good composure in the second half because obviously there's psychologically in the back of their mind that the boys know how important it is. They've got everyone else telling them, so I don't need to tell them how important the 2 points is. But they all know the equation and the situation, but we cannot afford to be worrying about in 4 weeks' time. We've got to worry about where we're at right now, and each week we're yet to put back-to-back wins. So that's the next thing we're chasing.
Thanks, Brad.
Tom Nicholson-Watton got some good game time on the side of half-time. He looked to be having a strong game. Are you pleased with?
Yeah, he's developing nicely. He got some detail wrong early in the second half last week. We showed him and talked him through and challenged him on, and that was his focus. And because he's got a good strong carry, he works hard, and he's one of those guys that the boys like, playing, in the team. So. But he's got to get on top of his detail, and he's just a real energy type player, and sometimes those guys can get into a job 2 or 3 down the track without worrying about what's happening right now. So that was the improved part for me that I really liked, that his detail was good.
Is he the sort of player you're looking forward to working with over the pre-season?
Oh yeah, look, I'm looking forward to working with all of them, but in the pre-season it'll be a long and hard, tough pre-season, but we've still got plenty of footy left at the moment. We've got to focus on, we've got a good turnaround of 10 days and we've got 3 days off. I think they need a good freshen up, and then we've got our preparation into London, which is a priority.
Did everyone get through okay, fitness-wise?
Yeah, look, we've got a few bumps and bruises, and guys have been carrying bits and pieces here and there, but that's what the game is, And I'm really grateful that they're playing tough for their teammates, they're playing tough for their fans and their club, and the badge because there is blokes that aren't doing a lot of training and that are just getting out there on game day for us.
Could Mick Ledsky be back in the picture?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Yep.
Thanks, bro.
Okay.
You getting 7 goal line dropouts in that game. Was that the platform for victory, do you think?
Well, we're working hard on just trying to get the opposition's tackle count up. You know, just the more time you spend there, the more chance you've got of turning it into points. So yeah, it was obviously really well executed by the boys to turn those opportunities into pressure, and pressure often results in points. But the good thing about it is we're getting we're minimising the pressure we're putting on ourselves at the moment, So that's been an improve over the 6 weeks. We're putting less and less pressure on ourselves and more pressure on the opposition.
There are a few sides in that top 6 faltering at the moment. Do you feel like you're growing in strength as you get towards the end of the season?
Well, look, each week I feel like there's some gains for us, and then there might be a couple of little steps back. Like I said tonight, look, we had a gain in terms of composure, and like the boys would have known there was pressure on them in the second half, but they handled it really well and just stuck to everyone knowing what their job is, everyone doing their job, and it'll come together without worrying about chasing the scoreboard. So they're getting good at that, and we haven't, like I said, we don't need to focus on too much of what's happening with the rest of the competition. We just need to maintain the sort of team that we're trying to be at the moment, and if we can be that each week, it'll give ourselves a good chance, and we've got to rely on other results, but that's out of our control.
You're encouraged by the progress of Bed compared to, say, your first game against Oakley last month?
Yeah, yep. Like every game, we've been in them, haven't we? And we've been a chance to win them. In a couple of them, we've sort of self-destructed a little bit or had a couple of things go wrong for us. But every game, the choices they're making around attitude and effort and physicality has been really positive. And that's the thing that we just talked about then, challenge them to keep doing that, because that's a choice.
Must be disappointing that Bruce Martin's not staying at the club, considering.
Yeah, it is. It is, but like again, same as we got. We had players out a couple of weeks ago about Wigan, and that, against Wigan, and that was disappointing. But we didn't focus on that. We focused on what we can control, and the guys that are in the team and the guys moving forward. And Reece is going to make sure that he leaves a good legacy here and he finishes the season strong.
Thanks, guys.